Have you ever thought, I know better than this, and you acted ungraciously anyway? That's what I want to share today. Not a story about where I handled things well, but because I didn't. My name is Zada, and I want to share what my experience taught me about awareness, compassion, and wisdom. Recently, a friend called me a cheapskate in a WhatsApp group, not amongst close friends, but in a group of relative strangers. At first, I ignored it, but a few days later, when the conversation turned to names, I felt an opening and I took it. I decided to address the comment publicly. Part of me wanted to hold up a mirror to respond in the same way that he had treated me, to teach him a lesson. It felt justified. After all, he opened the door first. And when I did speak up, he immediately called me out for calling him out in public. And something in me just snapped. I had tolerated his negativity for a long time, but this time I was really fired up. I hit back. I spoke some hard truths that, looking back, could have been delivered with a lot more care. And later, after some meditation, I could really see what was happening. I was protecting a very solid sense of me. The whole inner dialogue had been running in the background related to me. How dare he call me cheap? After the time that I had sacrificed to help him clear his house when I really didn't want to. After including him in social gatherings, even when his negativity drained the room and drained me. Doesn't he know how generous I am? How much I give? How often I tolerated him? And how much I included him, even though he was really annoying? And then I noticed something else. I'd never actually said any of this to him. This was all happening internally, a private case for my defense. At the time, it felt completely justified. So, with a bit of meditation and distance, the grasping finally softened. I could see that what I was really protecting wasn't truth or fairness, it was my self-image. And this is where wisdom begins, not by judging ourselves, but by seeing how tightly we hold on to this sense of me. I could also see my friend differently, as someone maybe acting from his own suffering, his own insecurity, jealousy perhaps. Maybe he had a need to belong, and perhaps he simply just did not realize what his words sounded like. And that recognition doesn't excuse his behavior, but it changed how I held it. And looking back, compassion for my friend could have looked like not escalating publicly, naming my boundaries calmly again, or simply just continuing to remain silent. And more importantly, compassion for myself. Yes, I tripped up. I reacted and I made bad karma. And still, wisdom eventually arose. And yes, although I made the bad karma, but I also possibly prevented further bad karma by finally speaking up, no matter how unskillfully. So, here's the lesson that I want to take forward. Compassion isn't always about acting perfectly. Wisdom isn't about instant clarity. Sometimes the practice simply is to notice the suffering in myself and in others, to pause where we can, and to rejoice when understanding comes, even when it's late, because that too is part of the path. And I hope my story helps you in your path towards awareness, compassion, and wisdom.